Well, the same winter storm warnings and winter weather advisories from this morning remain in place along and east of I-81 is the winter weather advisory in the purple, and the winter storm warning runs along the Blue Ridge Mountains through West Virginia, western Maryland, up into the Laurel Highlands of southern Pennsylvania, all in advance of the wintry mix that is headed our way now into the later afternoon hours. Temperatures have not changed much since very early this morning. We're still in the middle to upper 30s along the I-95 corridor, and then as you drop back to the north and west, we're still seeing temperatures hovering near freezing. And again, that is going to be one of the key things we're watching for the rest of the way through this storm system is where are those surface temperatures, because that will play a role as to what type of precipitation is seen. Now, that rainfall is pushed into southwestern Virginia, southern West Virginia, and it's starting to make its way toward the area now, but we still have another few hours to go before that officially moves in. Again, it's still expected to arrive between 3 to 6 o'clock, and it will start out as snow and sleet with cold rain still likely south of I-66 across northern Virginia, but many of us are going to be dealing with that snow and sleet to start, but then after midnight it will transition over to freezing rain, and we're going to have that icy setup then for the rest of the overnight going into the start of your Tuesday morning. So here it is, timed out on Future Tracker. As we approach the mid to late afternoon, all of this begins to move in. I know we're showing mostly snow here in the blue for most of the viewing area, but that is likely to be mixed with sleet as well because of how marginal those temperatures will be right near that freezing mark. So that will keep any sort of extensive snow accumulation from happening. As we get closer to midnight, notice this line of pink moves closer and situates itself pretty much over the heart of the region. We'll see that freezing rain then be with us all the way into the early morning tomorrow, and then thankfully enough, all of that precip will be wrapping up as we progress through the rest of the day on Tuesday. So this is not a long duration event, but for the next 24 hours beginning in the middle of the afternoon here today, things are certainly going to be messy. As far as snow totals go, we could get about 4 inches max here in the darkest blues through Bedford, Cumberland, Romney, mostly off to the west. And then as you track to the east, those totals drop off mostly around 1 to 3 inches for the rest of the viewing area, and hardly anything as you head toward the D.C. Metro and Central Virginia. The bigger story, though, is going to be that ice. Again, we could easily see up to a ½ an inch in these same western locations back through Cumberland, Romney, and the eastern panhandle there. Along the I-81 corridor, 1/10 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch is possible, and a glaze elsewhere a little bit further to the north and east. And a glaze of ice is enough to cause some pretty major issues at times, so the travel is going to be difficult once everything gets going this evening, especially through the overnight as we see all of that transition happening, and then going into the morning tomorrow as well. Things are going to still be a little dicey until we can treat those roadways, get that ice and snow off of the roads. And then after that, we're going to have a much drier rest of the week, but we're keeping an eye on late next weekend as a wintry mix is expected yet again next Sunday.